So you need to know pretty much where all the everything is getting moved to, um, and that's not just on a smaller time frame. Okay, it is pretty much every time frame from the month to the weekly. Amber, can you mute yourself, please, man? Putting static through. Yeah, so it's better. So you need to know where volume is being moved, not just from a retail trader's perspective, guys, but from how a bank or a hedge fund's going to be looking at this sort of stuff. Yeah. Okay, so what we need to do, okay, is identify some highs and lows here, guys. Fuck that green off. Okay, because even though we're on a monthly chart, we are still going to get okay. Oh. Dude. Yeah, I know. Someone keeps unmuting themselves. 1 sec, man. Okay, so we need to find key areas, guys, where the market's found support and resistance. Okay, and on a monthly time frame, you don't really need to be marking out your support and resistance up here. It's about 2,000 pips away from where price is. So really going to struggle to get up there, okay, anytime soon. When it gets up there, we'll mark up there. But for now, as you can see, market has dropped down on this candle here with a big wick and formed a low, okay? Once again, for everybody that knows about support and resistance, after a low is formed, okay, and we get a print pass, it's classified broken, and we look for a retest of that before we start to sell, okay? It doesn't matter what time frame you're on, guys. If you removed the M on the back end of this, on the back end of the chart, and you didn't know what time frame you were looking at, market structure, candle reverse patterns, everything like that, it all looks the same and it all is the same, okay? It's the same principle, nothing changes. A lot of people think that when you go down to a 5-minute time frame, all of a sudden there's magic rules about how a candle should react, how a market structure should react, and everything like that. The only difference, guys, is when you get down to that time frame, is everything happens so much faster. Okay, it's not going to be a slow rollout where you can jump in on an engulfing and you're all good. It's going to be something that really, really happens fast. So you can walk away, cook your steak, come back, you missed your whole setup. Okay, so that's why the way I teach is to get good at entering off your 1 hour, and then the smaller time frame stuff, it comes with time. Okay, that sort of stuff comes along with experience in entering, and you keep the same system all the way through, okay, right until you go full time, okay, or right till you go down to your smaller time frame. So the secret to going to turning into a full-time trader, guys, it's not making a fuckload of money, okay, it's not doing $10,000 weeks, okay. The secret to going full-time is being able to make consistent money. Okay, a lot of our students can make $2,000 a week every week, week in, week out, without fail from the market. Okay, that's when you can go full time. Not when you can do a 10 grand week and the next week lose 3 of it. Okay, and the week after you do a 2 grand week. Okay, you need consistency in this stuff. Okay, so that's the way we teach. So you can see here we've identified a low and respect again as a high. And we've identified the low in the market here. We like to keep the 2 monthlies within 1,000 pips of each other. So you can see this is about 870 pips. Okay, the distance between your monthly to your monthly. So that's good. It's perfect. Okay. So what I like to do is put a little box around there. I never knew Zoom had a limit of 50 people. I honestly didn't. I thought there was like fucking heaps allowed on Zoom. I swear I've had like fucking 400 people on here before. We used to have it when we did the IML stuff, man. We used to have like fucking a few hundred people on Zoom. I got the pro account, so I could have heaps of people on. It says I can have up to 1,000. Don't know why it's capped at 50. But anyway. I'm recording it, guys. So I already got a premium account. I paid for the premium account. It's like $40 a month or $50 a month or something. So that's all good. I'm recording it anyway, guys, and it'll be posted up in Royal Empire and in Royal Collective, so everyone will be able to see it anyway. Okay? So it's all good. So the reason I draw blue boxes around these support and resistance lines, guys, is because the market is not a fixed thing, okay? It's not something that's going to be predetermined. It's not something that everybody knows where it's going to go. You can't predict where the market's going to go. So when we look at a support and resistance point, why do we try to think that the market's going to reverse at an exact price when nothing in the market is an exact? Okay, you get a trend bias, you get a direction bias, you get a sell bias, you get a buy bias, okay? Nothing happens on a fixed point. You're always going to get a wick just below it, just above it. Sometimes you will get it on point, very, very rarely, okay? So trying to look at the market with a fixed mindset and look at it as a fixed price is never going to work well, okay? You need to have an adaptable mindset, an adaptable look at the market. Otherwise, you're always going to hit a wall and not be able to push past that wall, okay? Because remember, guys, everything we do is mindset. Skill set's fucking simple, okay? But the mindset, completely different ballgame. So we've got our monthlies marked out, guys. You can choose to lock these if you want to, okay? Now we've got our key areas for our monthly. We can drop down to our weekly, start to see a bit more detail in the market, okay? What I now do is I grab my fibs out and I measure from one monthly down to the next monthly, okay? And what I do now is plot the 50% PRZ as a weekly support and resistance line, okay? So I change this bad boy down to blue, get him out, call him weekly, okay? So bang on the 50% PRZ. So you can get that fibs off the screen, okay? And straight off the bat, guys, you can see how well respected this weekly is straight off the bat, okay? Respected here, respected through here. Okay, now because we are trading off a 800 pip gap, guys, we don't really need to mark up all the way up here, because if price gets all the way up here in 1 week and breaks out of our blue box, we'll just mark up here, okay? No point wasting your time trying to figure out what the fuck happened with price up here when price is down here, okay? So now we've got our weekly marked out. That's all I need to know, okay? Down to my daily. We can start to see, oh, sorry guys. We can start to see how well the 50% PRZ, even though it's measured, it's not actually looked at the market to find, respected extremely well. Respected, respected, respected. We broke and retested, okay? So everybody who can remember Lath chucking in a sell on GU and said it was going to go down, 100% had the same bias. We're in a solid downtrend, guys. We're retesting the EMAs on a daily, okay? Lath sell was around this weekly, okay, just below it. My sell was too. But we had a big stop hunt to the upside, and now we've finished the week on a daily engulfing. So, guys, we need to understand what an engulfing means, okay? An engulfing pattern means that the more sellers have entered the market than buyers, okay? So if you get to a sell zone, an area that you've figured out to be a sell zone, and then all of a sudden sellers take control of the market and there's been more sell orders processed than buyers, that's a very, very good sign, okay? And for anybody that knows how to trade support and resistance, you will know that if a candle crosses over support and resistance and then straight slams back down over it, it's not classified broken, it's retested, okay? So at this point in the daily, guys, you can go ahead and look at your structure here. You've got a higher high and a higher low and a higher high, okay? Higher low, lower high, lower low, lower high, okay? Now, when I'm looking at this chart, guys, I need to identify some key levels on the daily, okay? Some areas where volume's been moved quite drastically every time it's been there, okay? So, for example, down here, you can see last time price was down here, guys, buyers were taken out of the market very fast. Okay, sorry, sellers were taken out of the market very fast and buyers took control pretty quick. Okay, same again once you look up here. Okay, you've got respecting for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days, guys. This support line was respected. It came back down, was respected to the T over here. We had a break and a retest on this wick, so this would have been a good sell point, okay? Once we now get our areas set out, okay, we can sort of see where the market's been moving quite steadily, okay? The only thing to do now, guys, is identify where we're going to be looking for our sells again. Because I still think the volume on this is going to drop. If the US dollar strengthens, guys, I truly believe this is going to drop back down to our blue box. Okay? There are a few things that have to happen before that gets there, okay? But even if it doesn't happen, it doesn't matter because the good thing about having an adaptable mindset and the way I trade and the way we teach to trade, guys, is it doesn't matter which way the market goes, okay? Because I know that at what point does my sell become irrelevant, okay? I know when this sell becomes irrelevant and I'm going to start looking for a buy.
Hey, Adam.
Yo.
Quick newbie question, but where that higher high is right on your daily line, you just marked your top one. So the blue candle. Now the next one up.
Yeah.
Top. Yeah, the blue candle to the left.
Yeah.
How come the red candle next to it didn't start at the top? Like the blue closed at the high. Shouldn't the red start at the top of the blue?
It gapped down, brother.
That's a gap. How often does that happen?
Pretty much every weekend, and if there's big news events, it can gap as well.
Okay.
So every weekend it'll always form a gap on most days. Sometimes it's like sometimes it's 10 pips. It could be however much. There's never set times or anything like that.
Okay, so that day was on the end of the week. Was it that last blue candle?
Oops. So that's the 11th, and that's the 14th.
Ah, sweet. Thank
you. Crossover every weekend. So what I'm now measuring, guys, is my fibs from a low to my high. Sorry, high to low. Okay, and you can see 38.2 lines up pretty close with our support and resistance key level on the daily, okay? Sorry, guys, I just got to just put a dummy in. She should be all good, brother. So yeah, everything, so the 38.2 lines up with the daily pretty close, okay? And a lot of the time I've found if your support and resistance lines up with a key level price reversal zone, it's a very good place to look for the market to get to before it continues in a trend, okay? We have broken previous lows here, guys, so I am looking for a pullback to a drop. So late sell here, I 100% agreed with it last week. That's why I stacked some lots on, okay? I did catch one of them and take profit, and then we looked to enter again here, and we caught the big drop, okay? Because last time price was here, at this point, we had a 330 pip rise, okay? Last time it was down here, we had an 89 pip rise, and then we finally had a break and a retest, okay? So this blue box was where we're looking for price to get to, okay? Now, a lot of people ask, this weekly here was broken and retested. How come it didn't drop here? This is where we thought it was going to drop, guys. But you have to remember on different time zones, things are going to look differently. If you look on a daily, when a candle goes up to a daily, respects it, the wick goes past it a little bit, that little wick on a 5-minute time frame is going to look like a clean breakthrough and a clean pass back under. Okay, so you have to keep relevance to what time frame you're looking on to make sure that you do have a breakthrough and a retest rather than just a fake out. Okay, so this fake out. Okay, I seriously think it's a fake out because it came back up to a daily, retest the previous low, massive engulfing to close back over the weekly, so it's classified not broken. So I honestly think the momentum for US dollar is going to strengthen, and being USD is at the back of this currency pair means it'll drop if the US currency strengthens, okay? So if the US dollar strengthens, which is what we're hoping for, the sell that we called on this will hopefully travel on down, okay? So now blue box was our entry point, okay? And we start to have a look at what happened around that entry point, okay? You can see price wicked past, and wicked past. We could not break it. Okay, guys, you zoom on down through the time frames and you start to see a bit of structure getting formed here. But our interest was as soon as this big blue candle hit this blue box, I was on the charts. Okay, I'm starting to look for key signs for me to enter a trade. Okay, and can anyone see where my entry was going off this?
That engulfing pattern.
Yep, both of them. Okay, 2 engulfing candles. Okay, first entry was here. Second entry was here. Okay, stops above the high on both orders. Okay, then we caught the straight drop. Very simple stuff, guys. Okay, larger time frame set us up for a smaller time frame trade. Okay, but that's all happened in the past. Who really gives a shit? Okay, made our money, done our stuff. We need to know where the market's going to go this time. Okay, so we go back out to the daily. Okay,
Adam, after the engulfing, do you get straight in or do you wait till it retrace a tad and then jump in?
Depends on what time frame. If I'm on the 4 hour, I'll wait for it to pull back. But on like a 15-minute or something, I just enter straight away.
Sweet.
Okay. Because one thing you have to remember, guys, is on a 4 hour engulfing, the market actually, I can't draw it on the board. A 4 hour engulfing, guys, on the 5 minute time frame is like a full hit of market structure. Okay. So there's a lot of entry points inside one 4 hour engulfing for a sell. Okay. So that's what I mean about breaking down this daily candle here. Okay. When you think about it, there's a lot of movement in that candle. Okay, there's 24 1 hour candles. Okay, and then for every hour you've got 25-minute candles. Okay, so there's a lot. Okay, and then you've got 3-minute candles and you've got 1-minute candles. So there's a lot of movement in here to capitalize on for this drop. But all we need to know the momentum that's going to be happening next week. So we've had a massive engulfing here to get back in with our downtrend off of 38.2 and a daily support and resistance. Okay. What I'm expecting is for this low to get broken. Now, this is all subjective, guys. Marking up on a weekend can give you a direction bias, but if something happens at the start of the week and the US dollar loses strength drastically, I'm going to buy as soon as it breaks and retests this blue line. Okay, so I know where I'm going to be buying at and I know where I'm going to be selling at. So it doesn't bother me which way it goes. And the more you see full-time traders mark up, the more you'll find that full-time traders or big traders are actually wrong about 80% of the time. It's just they never enter those trades. They only enter the trades when everything lines up, okay? So it doesn't matter if you're wrong, guys, okay? It's actually good to be wrong so you can learn it why you were wrong. The only key thing is you don't trade when you're wrong. You know when you're wrong, when your bias becomes irrelevant, and then you get back in with the right direction, okay? So here, we'll be looking for the market to push past this low, down to our daily, okay? And what have we done here? We've broken previous structure now, okay? So we'll be looking for some sort of pullback to line back up with this, okay? Maybe up to our 38.2 if we get it, okay? But of course, this drop is going to start up here. We'll get a drop to a rise, a wick to the 38 maybe, and then I'll be looking to short to the blue box, okay? This candle that opens here tomorrow morning, guys, will more than likely wick back up to this blue line. More than likely, okay? Because you never, very rarely do you get a straight drop. You always end up with a wick. On that wick back, if I see an entry, I'm going to take it, okay? But we'll see how the market plays out tomorrow, guys, okay? This webinar is more so showing you guys how I do get the conclusion that I get to, okay? And to tell you the truth, guys, I only take probably 3 or 4 trades a week. Okay, the guys that taught me to trade, like Astro FX, they only take 3 to 4 trades a week. Quillen, one of the other guys I learnt off, he only trades probably a week and a half every month. Okay, guys that earn really big money, really, really big money, don't trade every single day, does, because your money's at risk when it's in the market. You need to have a strategy. You need to have a mindset and a set trade plan that can get you money and get you the fuck out of there with your profits, okay? So like I put 1 trade on this week on USD Mexican and made $21,000 on 1 trade, okay? But it was a good setup and that was it. There's no point pushing those things, okay? You need to have patience. It's all a mind game. Okay, guys? So yeah, that's my bias on GU. If anyone trades GU, that's it. Okay, so we'll have a look at UJ. Now, does everybody know about the bias from GJ, UJ, and gold? Okay, does everyone know about the correlation between them? Maybe? Yes? No?
Gold and GU go together, is it? And
So,
UK goes the opposite way.
So GJ and UJ will generally go in a similar direction, okay? Gold will go the opposite direction to GJ. Okay, because people need to understand how gold works, okay? It's not a currency as such. It's a commodity. So how do commodities move, okay? Commodities move by people investing in them, supply versus demand. Okay, it doesn't work off the same principle as a currency. Okay, that's what a lot of people fail to understand when they trade. It's why people that trade gold and only gold do very well, because they understand the concept of it. Okay, but for example, a lot of people didn't know how we picked the drop on Brexit. Okay, so we called Brexit 2 days before it happened, and we spanked the whole drop. Okay, we had our orders in, we had limits in, okay, we had sell limits in, and we collected the whole thing. Okay, but gold told us that that was going to happen. Okay, 3 weeks beforehand, gold told us that GJ was going to drop. Okay, you didn't even need to look at GJ and you knew GJ was going to drop, okay, with everything that was going on, because everybody was pulling hundreds of millions of dollars out of an economy. Okay, and what do you pull your money, when you pull your money out of a business, or you shut down your company, or you do something to withdraw your money out of a business, where do you put it so it's still safe and it still makes you money? You put it in an asset. Okay, you put it in a commodity, oil, gold, silver, Bitcoin, whatever it is. Okay, so when gold is skyrocketing, okay, and GJ is flatlining, and all over the news for 2 weeks, there's hundreds of millions of dollars getting pulled out of the British pound. That's a lot of signs right there, guys, that shit tons of money is getting pulled out of GJ, British pound, sorry, and getting slammed into gold because it's a lot safer bet. Even one of the ministers behind GBP that was saying to stay instead of leave at the Brexit had millions of dollars in gold. Okay? So that in itself told us that GJ was going to drop, because gold goes up, GJ goes down. Okay? Not perfect correlation, guys. Nothing's perfect correlation. Okay? There is a website you can go to, myfxbook.com, go to the correlation chart, and it tells you correlation on different time frames. Okay? Cool. So, Markup GJ, UJ, sorry. Yet again, we'll do our key levels. Okay, we need our key levels identified, guys. And these can stay on your chart for ages. They don't have to. Okay, they don't have to be removed. Remember I said it needs to be around 1,000 pips, guys. If you're on GJ, be a bit more. Okay, this is about 1,300, so that's okay. The Japanese yen pairs tend to be a lot more volatile, guys, so just over 1,000 is good. This key level, guys, acts support here. So support here, resistance here. These two wicks acted as support. It broke and retested with these two candles and dropped. So once again, let's mark this up. See what the market's telling us. It's just some fibs. Would you look at that? Where'd the market reverse? It's interesting. Okay, and look how well the weekly is actually respected through here, guys. Respected all the way through. Broke, retested. Okay, shit gets out of control. Yep. Okay, guys, now we're starting to look for some key areas, okay? Yes, I can use the line chart sometimes, guys. Okay, it eliminates a lot of the bullshit, okay? But candles, I've learned that wicks tell you a very important story about where the momentum's going to head. Okay, especially on a bigger time frame, candles and wicks tell you a big story, okay? Cool. So now we need to zoom out a bit, punch on back through. Oh, look at that. I was a little bit off. So, there we go. Okay. Oh, shit. What trend are we in here, guys?
Uptrend.
Cool. Sorry, guys. I was getting fucking distracted. Happens very easily. Okay. To tell you the truth, the trend on this would actually be a little bit, depends how you look at it, okay? To me, until it breaks this daily, I'm still wanting it to rise, sorry. But if you go off a 4-hour time frame, it is well and truly broken structure, okay? Well and truly. But in saying that, this consolidation area, guys, is shit. Hence why I did not trade UJ this week. It is shit, okay? You want to see the market trending. Yes, I can trade a ranging market, and a lot of people can trade a ranging market, but what the fuck is the point, okay? All these buys through here we absolutely cleaned up on, okay? Until the market's trending, there's no point being in it. I'm not going to risk my money, okay? God damn, people. Anyone know how to turn notifications off on this shit, on Max? Anybody on here know? Does my head in. As if Max are the go on Facebook. Okay, I'll do it later. So if you have a look at this, guys, you've got a lower high, lower low, high higher, lower low. Okay, you're literally just ranging out. Yeah, but what I will want to see before I buy is a break above this weekly and a retest. Okay, because we are in an overall uptrend on the daily still, guys. Don't get me wrong. Okay, we've had nothing but bullish moves for a very long time. Okay, but if I get a reversal here for a sell, I'll quite easily sell back down to this daily. Okay, all this volatility, it's crap. That's why there hasn't been many people doing a lot with UJ. There's been some good setups elsewhere. UJ, a couple of good ones, but nothing to really go crazy about. Because for those of you that know how we trade, guys, we only need to catch one move. Like one move. and you can create bank off that. Okay, like this setup on a buy on UJ back here was 200 to 300 pip rise. We turned that into a 1200 pip trade because we had 4 orders scaled in on market structure down here. We had a risk of about 5 pips per trade, and we cashed out at about 300 pips per trade up here. Okay, I have a target of about 1,000 pips a month, guys, around there. So my trading was done for the month. Okay, like to be honest, guys, you need to have targets. You need to have everything like that set, because when you become a full-blown entrepreneur and you become your own boss, you are not going to have fucking time to spend 8 hours a day on the charts. I can guarantee you, and I promise you that. Okay, it is all well and good to be a full-time trader, but you need to be able to make it work, okay, and make it practical. Okay, so if you do want to learn about all that stuff, guys, you can message me at any time, don't get me wrong. But for now, I won't be trading UJ until I get a really distinct direction, okay? Because you're on an uptrend here on the day, on the hourly. You had a double bottom, push up, pull back, up, back up, back up, back. And I do think it's going to go bullish, okay? But I need to see it break this weekly before I do so, okay? I needed to break and retest this weekly before I buy. All these are good buy opportunities here. This engulfing. Okay, very good buy entries through here. But we just need to be able to tell the difference in trends from a short-term trend to something that's a long-term trend, okay? Are there any questions, guys? Okay, I only wanted to mark up a few so you guys could get the idea on how to sort of find the momentum and where it's going to be heading.
Yeah, when do you look at your divergence?
These days, not a hell of a lot. The only time you need to look at it is at double bottoms and double tops. Okay? Yeah, I'll show you how to trade Heikinashi then. Heikinashi is a completely different ballgame. I don't trade with it. Do you even know what Heikinashi candles do or what they are? Nope. Okay, Heikinashi is the Japanese word for average or something along those lines, okay? I'm not going to act like I know Japanese language, okay? But, for divergence, it'd be somewhere like here. I'd use it. Okay, that's about it. It's literally a one-glance indicator, guys, and it's not used to enter solely off, okay? I don't look for an engulfing divergence, and that's all I look for. A lot of other reasons why I enter a trade, okay? Indicators are always second. The chart tells you everything you need to know.
Sweet.
Okay, so Heikinashi, guys, is a candlestick type that instead of plotting the open and close, okay, and if the open is lower than the close, it'll be a bullish candle and vice versa for a bearish, okay? Heikinashi will plot the average of the time spent at each price, okay, over that time span, okay? There you go, average bar. I knew it was something to do with average, okay? So this is how they get the bigger bars, guys, is more volatility within that hour, okay? And as the volatility slows off, okay, it's spending more time not moving, so the candles get smaller. But as there's more volatility cranking through, price is moving up and down very fast. So the candle plots a lot bigger because it plots the average of time spent at each price over the time period of the candle, okay? So when you're looking at it, your bigger candles mean there's a lot of volatility, a lot of momentum coming through the market. So you'll generally see the candles will smallen off before a switch in trend. Hence the big candles, they smallen off, switch in trend, okay? I hate these. I hate them, okay? I don't know many people that are very, very good traders with them. I've read about guys that are good traders with them. I've never met one. I've never spoken to one either. And I've never even seen a full-time, high-earning trader that uses Heikinashi, I have to admit. Sorry, guys, my daughter's going nuts. Okay. So, any other questions, guys? Anything? Hit me.
Thoughts on VSA? You ever worried about VSA?
Sorry?
Volume spread analysis?
One sec. What was that, man?
VSA, volume spread analysis. You ever do anything with that?
No, I've seen a couple of guys that trade with it. I've never learnt it. Never had anything to do with it, man. There's just so many ways you can trade. It's probably one of the most subjective industries that there is, okay? Meaning that you can look at everything in a completely different way, judging on your mindset, okay? You can draw supply and demand like 10 different ways, okay? You can plot support and resistance in a few different spots, okay? You can choose to use candlestick. You can choose to use all these different things, and there's so many variables, okay, that it's hard to say what works and what doesn't. A lot of things work for some people and don't work for others, but all I know is hedge funders, people at brokers and that sort of thing that I've spoken to, I've traded with, and I've looked at their charts. They're all naked. There's one common thing about a lot of successful guys that trade the Forex market. They don't use a hell of a lot of indicators or anything. And the ones they do use are mainly volume-based, okay, and EMAs, and that's about it. If you can't find a decent area within 1,000 pips to place them, what do you do, for example? AUD, USD. I have studied the market maker method a bit, man. You can't go too in depth with it unless you want to do Steve Morrow's thing, but then I have to relinquish rights to actually teach. I've done Patrick Keeney's FFX stuff, and I've worked, like, been on calls and stuff with him. He kills it, to tell you the truth. He can trade a few different styles, though. He's a very good trader. But I'm not the biggest fan of it, to tell you the truth. Okay, I have traded it. I have had some success with it. I know how it works and how to identify it, but the way I trade suits me a lot more, man. I just put it that way. Like, it suits my style. It suits how I think. It suits my mindset. That's about it. So when we're looking for setups on the MXN, are you still looking at the higher time frames or looking for entries off 15? I'm always looking for entries off 5 and 15 minute, man, but there's no point looking for an entry on a 5 or 15 minute if you don't even know the direction of momentum on your bigger time frames. Okay. I start my markup on a monthly and I enter off a 15, 5 minute, 1 minute, depending on the setup. Okay. Everything's a very case by case basis. No entries are the same. There's always different variables in every trade. Okay. This is what I mean about having an adaptable mindset in a fixed marketplace. Okay. You looking at a market saying it's going to drop, it's going to drop, it's going to drop, it's going to drop, will shoot you in the fucking foot every single time, because it doesn't have to do anything. Like, a lot of people halfway through UJ's rise, they said, market's got to, like, UJ has to drop. It's been ages since it dropped. The market doesn't have to do anything. It can do what it wants. You have to read the signs it gives you from the charts and then do your analysis and trade off of that, okay? The reason indicators aren't well used among people that earn bigger money and risk bigger money is because they're slow. Okay, there's really only one half decent indicator that can read ahead of time, and that's the Ikomoku cloud. But you have to really know how to trade that, guys, before you start putting some serious volume through it. Okay, so AUD USD. One sec. Key level on a monthly. Where? What do you mean? It's bulk key levels on a monthly. You can't find a decent area within 1,000 pips to place them. What do you do? Australia key AUD, guys. I'd have a key level there. A key level there. Okay, and that's 700 pips. They're not exactly 1,000 pips apart, man. Okay, stop looking at everything I say as a fixed thing. I said it needs to be within a range of 1,000 pips. JPY pairs can be a bit more. Okay, and then straight after it, I said nothing in a market is fixed. That's why I put a box around them. Okay, because nothing is a fixed thing. So you don't draw a 1,000 pip gap. Okay, you're looking for key levels that are within 1,000 pips. If you're on JPY pairs and it pushes that bit past, doesn't matter. Okay, that's it. Not complicated. Keep it simple. Okay.
Why don't you do up templates for these things you're doing, Adam?
Never. Okay, like I teach everybody all this stuff, okay? And as soon as you start to do EAs, templates, all that sort of shit, people get lazy. No matter how much you tell me, you just won't. I did the exact same thing when I learnt. Quillen has all these stuff on a template, and I got lazy as fuck. So I deleted it all, and now I do everything completely bare, okay? And would you look at that, guys? We have a key level up here. We have a key level down here on the monthly. Our 50% acted as support, acted as resistance, support, broke, retested. Okay, so the 50% PRZ, okay, acted as support, resistance here twice, acted as support here, broke, retested. Okay, so we'll plot that. Blue.
How come we only do it on the 50%, not the 38 and the 67?
Because you want to pick the median. That's it. That's all you're looking for. Okay. All you're doing is picking the median between the two.
Sweet.
So now you've got your weekly plotted. Chuck it down to the daily. So what do you think we're going to be doing with AUD/USD this week?
Short.
I'm tipping momentum will be short, yes. Okay, we had EMAs acting as an active support and resistance. There we are right there, bouncing off the 50% PRZ once again. Okay, I'm definitely looking to short AUD/USD again. And going short on AUD/USD is the US dollar strengthening. So the more pairs you mark up with US dollar, the more you're going to find that if the US dollar strengthens, it's going to line up with all these setups. But that begs the question, is that what the banks want? And then they're going to fucking stitch us by dropping the US dollar through the ass. Okay? Does it matter what they do? Because I know that as soon as this 50 is broken and retested, my sell is irrelevant and I'm looking to buy. Okay, but yes, I'll be looking to short AU. Okay, I'll go through all my time frames and I'll look for another pullback so I can get in on an entry on a 5-minute time frame, get a nice 10 pip or less stop, chuck 5 to 10 lots on there and let it ride out. Okay, so yeah, I got AU going down, guys, unless market conditions change. That's just me. Any other questions? Yes, we do have questions. No, I've never looked at order flow trading. Any other questions, guys? The only reason I don't suggest everybody trade the Mexican is because of the volatility, and adjusting risk isn't most people's forte. Most new people don't like risk management. So Gold Coast, we move into our office next month. Me and Huey getting a crib together. It's going to be a big mansion, so we're going to have a big trade house there as well.
Fuck yeah.
The institutional traders, to an extent, yes. Okay. What a lot of the new stuff I learnt, with looking at the market, okay, come from people that have traded at institutions and people that have traded hedge funds and current hedge funds, okay? Because those of you that know me, we are quite close with Pepperstone, one of the world's biggest brokers. I know a few of their guys on a personal level. A lot of them guys are in Royal Collective. So we do get access to a fair bit of stuff, okay? I was going to show you something. Oh, yeah. One thing I will say, guys, when you're looking for support and resistance on your daily, okay, you're looking for areas where there's been volume moved away, not 10 or 20 pips. You're looking where a banker or hedge funds jumped in, guys, and moved the market. Because retail traders only account for about 45% of the market or less. The rest is your big banks, institutions, and that. So when you look at your 1 hour time frame and that sort of thing, that's your retail traders moving the market up and down, processing orders, doing little trends here and there. Okay, but your big moves like this drop, big moves like this drop, your moves that are 400 or 500 pips in the space of a week, guys. Okay, they're when banks are entering and exiting the markets. This is what we want to trade with. Okay, and looking at support and resistance not as just a line that you plot at a high or a low, but as plotting it at an area where someone of influence has got into the market and gotten out of the market. So next time it's there, a similar thing's going to happen. It's really going to boost your trading up, okay? Any questions? Any more? Not a bad webinar. Went for about an hour. But when it comes to mindset, guys, it has to be something that you really take on, okay? Because it's a trading mindset. It's not what the MLM world and that perceive it to be. You jump in, make money, and that's it. Okay, you need to make consistent money. You need to always be moving forward. Okay, and you need to always have respect for money. Never fear it, but be fully respectful of it. And that's going to help you not just with trading, but in business, in life itself. Okay. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to send it to Josh to upload it, guys. So it is getting put on there. I only just finished teaching. Had a class today. So if there's no more questions, guys, we'll wrap it up there. I'll upload this to my YouTube channel and I'll post it up on the Royal Empire and the Royal Collective pages.
Thanks heaps, man.
No worries, guys.
Thank you.
No worries.
Appreciate it.
Talk to everybody soon. Have a good day/night, depending on where you are in the world.
All right, cheers, mate.